Oh, we're muted. Oh, no, we're turned off. No, we're turned off.
Don't mind the left guys.
Okay. It's always a good set when I walk out to a black metal shirt. Thank you for wearing a Mayhem shirt today. My day is complete. Hello, everyone! Hello! Also, I got these in tune. You may have heard, it was a struggle.
I could have bet so much money that you were going to point out the black metal shirt.
First thing, got it right off the bat. We're the Real and Rogues. We're going to be sharing with you over the next half hour or so some Celtic music. Which is to say some songs, some stories, a little bit of history.
A little?
Yeah, once I get started, I can't really stop. Yeah, it's a lot of history. The Celts have been encoding their history in song for the better part of 2,000 years. So we're keeping the tradition here. And we're going to start with the song, an old Scottish song that I'm going to play on the bagpipes, which sounds obvious, but it's not. These are medieval pipes. Scottish music is in major keys. This is in minor keys. And so this is one of the few Scottish tunes I found to play in a minor key. Very exciting. A tune called Mary's Dream. You have the traditional beginning of any Scottish pipe tune, the tune-up.
The most ancient song. The first song.
you. Give it up for Jack Hill on the drums. Give it up for Hal on the big drum. And after all that blowing, I'm thirsty.
Declan!
Give it up for Declan!
Oh, yeah, that's me. And together we're the Real and Rogues. Thanks so much for joining us. And after that little intro, we're gonna share with you now the stuff that we tend to do. Probably my favorite part of the Irish repertoire, the battle songs. So I gotta fill you in then on some Irish battle music tropes. Firstly, the battles tend to be against the English. And secondly, the battles aren't things that we tend to win.
Almost never.
No, very typically, they get the victory. We get the song!
Which is objectively better.
Yeah, so you can think of most of these as rousing war cries from the losing side. Huzzah for the underdog!
Huzzah!
Which I mean, is all of us, right? We're at Ren Fair. I was not the popular kid.
You are now.
Oh God, please say it isn't so. I never wanted to be that. I mean, I tuned medieval bagpipes in front of all of you, and I'm gonna be info dumping for like 20 minutes straight.
Gonna?
Well, that's true. We're already deep in it, aren't we?
Straight?
So here's well, not that. So here's an old melody for you. This has been around for about 600 years. The melody was penned by the Orange Men after their victory at the Battle of the Boyne. And a few years after that, it went into the woods where the native Irish turned it into the war cry of Munster, or Rosc Catha na Mumhain in Gaelic. And a few hundred years after that, during the Irish War of Independence, Dominic Behan got his hands on that same melody and gave us some new words, and it became one of my favorite rebel tunes called Come Out, Ya Black and Tans. Boiled something beat, and those loving English feet walked all over us. And every single night, but the dad would come home tight. He'd invite the neighbors out with this chorus. Come out, you black and tans, come out and bite me like a man. Show me why, how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killashandra. Yeah! Oh, come and let us hear you tell how you slammed the great Parnell, and you thought to well and truly persecuted. Where are those cheers and sneers? Bravely let us hear when heroes of 16 were executed. Come out, you black and tan, come out and bite me like a man. Show me why, how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killashandra. Yeah! Oh, Alan Larkin and O'Brien held you strong and called you swine. Robert Hammett, who you hung and drew and quartered upon the scaffold high. How you butchered Henry Troy, and the Croppy boys of Wexford you did slaughter. Come out, you black and tan, spout and bite me like a man. Show me why, how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killashandra. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you why, how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killashandra. Yeah! Mission goes to Wakapuana Jol, Samahat no to Wakatro Metron, Tor on the town, the face of Nedong, a Kedong, our town, our young, they all. Mission goes to Wakapuana Jol, Samahat no to Wakatro Metron, Tor on the town, the face of Nedong. Kedong, our town, our young, they all. And a few years before the Irish War of Independence, at the Easter Uprising, they would have been singing a different song in Irish Gaelic. Written by Padraig Pearse, it translates to "Oh Welcome Home," or "Oh Roche the Bahawaya." Oh! Oh Roche the Bahawaya, oh Roche the Bahawaya, oh Roche the Bahawaya, Anisherat and Tauri. Oh Roche the Bahawaya, oh Roche the Bahawaya, oh Roche the Bahawaya, Anisherat and Tauri. Van Ballen, Barbeen Grach, Dwayne Gavin, Misha Fry, Shelef Merlock, it's a deal palace, not going left. Oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, and Misha Ratan Tauri. Like Dr. Salya, Holy Gartele, Margarda Delia, Tenesigalnes Bande, it's Pursi Lori Cargoyle. Oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, Anisha Sandauri, we ready, the part to get up and what I mean beyond, check that truck in Garniavel, Milagaski, oh, Fokers von Nargoyle. Oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, Anisha Tandauri. Oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, oh, Rocher Bahawaya, Anisha Tandauri. Mission go to Wakan Wananka, Samahan go to Waktekro, Metron, Toran the town, Rasles of Ner, Teranga. Come out your black and tan, come out to fight me like a man. Show you why you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killashandra. Oh, come out to black and tan, come out to fight me like a man. Show you why you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killashandra. Yeah! Thank you so much! Oh, thanks for joining us, Boom Boom Shake! Oh, when's y'all's next set? 3 o'clock. If you haven't caught them yet, make sure you catch Boom Boom Shake. By far the best belly dance drummers and violins at this festival. And belly dancers, by far. Incidentally, I think the onlyest, but that's all right. It's still a true statement, nevertheless. So we're gonna teach you one word of Gaelic, which I think I didn't teach earlier. One word that means health, or cheers.
We hinted at.
Sláinte!
Sláinte!
And we sip.
And you also sip. Hopefully. It's hot. Why is
And there are a lot of
everyone
words in
drinking
that
water
song.
right now? I'm scared.
Gosh, the Irish like to speak. Anyone ever heard of the Blarney Stone?
No.
Oh, darn it, then I don't have to tell you about it.
I was about to say no.
What a
is it?
disappointment. Well, I'm going to share with you then a story from my childhood. This one goes way back for me. I've sung this song since I was about 3 years old. Younger than all of you, actually. It'll be disturbing real soon, I promise you. Because you see, it's an old Irish children's song.
Oh, you forgot to mention it was an Irish children's song.
Yeah. And children's songs in Ireland are not like they are in your country. See, you grew up with things, I'm sure, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Well, in Ireland, the song I grew up with was about an old lady,
Aw.
a 3-month-old baby,
Aw.
and a knife.
No! Why?
Yes! A big long penknife. Why do you think?
I have no idea.
a song called Weile, a tale called Weile Waile. An answer called Weile Waile. Oh, are you serious? There wasn't a woman and they lived in the woods. Weile Waile. There wasn't a woman and she lived in the woods. Down by the river Salia. Had a baby 3 months old. Weile Waile. Had a baby 3 months old. Down by the river Salia. Well, innocent enough so far, right?
So far.
Let's see, how far off is it? I broke another string. It got scared, apparently. Which is fair, because this is where it takes a turn. Oh, because she had a knife, long and sharp. Weile Waile. She had a knife, long and sharp. Down by the river Salia. Stuck the knife in the baby's heart. Weile Waile. Stuck the knife in the baby's heart. Down by the river Salia. Well, there it is. Can't really hide that one, can ya? I'd like to point out that none of these words were changed for shock value. This is exactly how I learned it at 30 years old, along with all of my friends.
That explains a lot about you.
Doesn't it? And we're not over yet. Oh, 3 police came knocking at the door. Weile Waile. 3 police came knocking at the door. Down by the river Salia. Are you the woman that killed the child? Weile Waile. Are you the woman that killed the child? Down by the river Salia. I mean, it's a fair enough question, I suppose.
No, it is not.
I mean, I think she was honest, though. Because they put a rope around her neck. Weile Waile. They put a rope around her neck. Down by the river Salia. Pulled the rope and she was hung. Weile Waile. Pulled the rope and she was hung. Down by the river Salia. And now, for the worst eulogy ever. Oh, well, that was the end of the woman in the woods. Weile Waile. And that was the end of the baby too. Down by the river Salia. And that's it. That's the end of the song, the end of the story. There's no redeeming moral value, no big life lesson. Well, I mean, I suppose other than don't stab babies.
Yeah, don't let the cops into your house.
Especially if that baby.
Yeah, that didn't go well for it, did it? Oh, well, there was no woman who lived in the woods. Weile Waile. Yeah, there was no woman who lived in the woods. Down by the river Salia. Oh, yeah, down by the river Salia. Yeah, down by the river Salia.
Yeah! Give it up for Declan.
Thank you.
High note.
Thank you. A little bit of my childhood shared with you.
That's the high note.
The high note, not the story,
Yeah.
right? And you know what that deserves? A sip.
Yeah.
So do you remember your wee bit of Gaelic? Yeah! One word that means health or cheers. Sláinte!
Plancha.
And we sip.
Sláinte. Sláinte house.
Well, I had mentioned it earlier about
Someone would catch that.
the place in Limerick that I'll tell you a short story about. Because you see, in about the 7th century, running through the hills, there was this Irish peasant, and the Vikings came over. And there was nothing he could do. You know, Vikings were very well outfitted, loaded with weaponry, professional soldiers for sure. And the little Irishman couldn't do really anything, right? So he just kept running. He kept running, and eventually the Norsemen came over the hills and they cornered him. And he had no weapons, and they didn't want to talk to him. They didn't speak the same language. He had nothing of value. He was positive he was dead. So he started making sounds. And sure, wouldn't you know it, as far as legend has it, the sounds were the Viking language. And he was able to get himself out of trouble and go along. And in that place, about 500 years later, they erected the Blarney Stone, because Blarney is Irish for completely made up and to just keep talking, to pass the time while you change a string.
Do you remember when
Please
you
don't
said the
Google
words?
any of that.
Do you remember when you said the words short story at the beginning of that?
Yeah, sure did. That was the giveaway from the beginning. Well, now that that's tuned, And we have a new definition of where the Blarney Stone came from. We'll go back to your regularly scheduled program. Because I do like the battle songs. You know, they're just so loaded with juiciness. So we're gonna go back to that. And this is a song about an Irish battle against the English that we Irish actually won! I know! Statistically speaking, it was bound to happen. We had been at it for 600 years, so in good keeping, we still have the melody that they played at that 16th century Battle of Glenmalure. We know what the pipers were playing. We didn't win many battles, you see, so they talked about this one for a long time. And we're gonna play for you now the very melody played at that battle when we rode to victory under the banners of Fiach Maciú O'Byrne.
Oh, Gesundheit, definitely.
No, Irish names are weird. That was his name. His name was Fiach himself.
Well, don't tell him to do that. That's actually kind of rude, and it doesn't land the same in English.
No, I wasn't telling him to.
You hear it now?
I do hear that now. No, this is the marching tune of Fiach Maciú O'Byrne.
Himself, with a capital H.
It's important. Years, being one of the few victories that we Irish found, we of course put some words to that old melody. Remember, the Irish like to talk.
Oh, they know that at this point.
Yeah, they surely got that. So without any further ado, which is difficult because I love a good ado, we get the song and the story called Follow Me Up to Carlow. Brooded o'er the old disgrace, the black petroleum from your place drove you to the fair. Grace said victory was yours, soon the firebrand he'd secure till he met in Glenmalure with Fiach Maciú O'Byrne. Person there, Lord Kildare, Fiach will do a Fiach will dare. Now Fitzwilliam have a care, all it is just Carlow. Up with Albert, up with third, and we go for Weile Waile. Fiach Maciú's given his word, follow me up to Carlow, hey! To Glenamail, flashing o'er the English pale. See the children of the gale, Keith O'Byrne's banner, booster of a fighting stock. Would you let a Saxon talk? Who out to put an Irish rock? Fly up, teach him manners. Person there, Lord Kildare, Jack will do a Jack will dare. Now Fitzwilliam have a care, fallen is just Carlow. Up with Albert, up the sun, and we go for by the Lord. Jack Maciú's given his word, follow me up to Carlow, hey! So few strings left on this thing. Well, that brings us to the last verse, which is probably the most brutal verse I know in all of Irish traditional music. And that's saying something when you play it after a song about a baby getting stabbed. Because this verse is about beheading the English Lord of Ireland. And sending it back to Queen Elizabeth herself.
Now that's what we go bheath himself, Declan.
Oh yeah, here we go. From Tesagar to Clonmore, there flows a stream of Saxon gore. Right to Rory Ogamore, sending them to Hades. White is sick, his brothers fled. Now for Black Fitzwilliam's head, we'll send it over dripping red to Liza and her ladies. Curse the fair or kill death. Jack will do what Jack will dare. Now Fitzwilliam have a care. Fallen is just Cardinal. Up with Albert, out with Son, and we go for by the Lord. Jack McGon, Kevin is word. Follow me up to Cardinal. Hey! Curse the fair or kill death. Jack will do what Jack will dare. Now Fitzwilliam have a care. Fallen is just Cardinal. Up with Albert, out with Son, and we go for by the Lord. Jack McGon, Kevin is word. Follow me up to Cardinal. Hey! Woo! Thank you so much. We've been the Real and Room. Stick around for the Bird Show. We'll be back at 4 o'clock. Woo! Yeah.
It got so far away from me.
Oh, that was fun. Did you have fun? Say aye! But we're going to be going around now with our Broken String Fund. I mean, tip basket. That's
thing.
very important. Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
As it'll be. I'll be over there at our merch booth where we've got some hand-burned pins and some hand-burned CDs. Well, I mean, the lasers did a big part in that last bit.
This all happens
but we'll
at
be
one
right
machine.
over there. We'd love to meet you and hope to see you again at 4 o'clock. Have a wonderful rest of your day at the Georgia Renaissance Festival. Woo!
Yes, our tip baskets are here, and so is our merch booth. Both are great ways to support us in our endeavors of playing Celtic punk music in medieval England all over America. So, thanks for that. Drumsticks, guitar strings, and bagpipe reeds are very expensive, and we thank you for your contribution and for enjoying the show.